Now I know what you're thinking. Moguyo, this title has to be clickbait, but I'm telling you, it's not. Just watch the video. It'll explain everything. Five Nights at Freddy's is a horror game I'm sure you've heard. Five Nights at Freddy's is real, man. What the fuck was that? Five Nights at Freddy's is a horror game I'm sure you've heard of, and many people have played it throughout the years, but how many of them have taken actual years to play it? Introducing me, Moguyo. Hi. I'm not the best nor the brightest FNAF challenge gamer, but what I am going to convey in this video is my story through this multiple year journey, as well as a conclusive guide for beating every night, including max modes, in every mainline Scott Cawthon made FNAF game. Now, without further ado, before we get into the video, please consider dropping a subscribe, liking, and commenting. After all, this video did take me years to make. Christ. Enter FNAF 1. Little Moguyo was just 9 years old. I was an avid Jack, Mark, and PewDiePie watcher at that age, and I saw Mark play this. I knew I had to try it. Didn't go well. As a 9-year-old, I have no clue what I'm doing. All I know is that it's a terrifying game. Big brown scary bear man is trying to fuck me up the booter hole, and I'm fucking terrified. So I shut both of the doors, didn't look at the monitors, and just sat there. But after that, I never touched the game until I was doing a playthrough for my Twitch and my YouTube streams in about 2022, so this is about 4 years ago. And the game is genuinely pretty easy when you're not 9 years old, until Freddy pops up. When Freddy is ready, your fingers better be heavy. Shit, it was a fucking fire bar. Okay, come on now. Freddy is a pain in the sphincter because he will get closer and closer to your office if you're not watching him and keeping him in his place. But doing that while managing the other 4 animatronics can be a bit of a pain. Enter my strategy, the East Hall corner camera style. I know, so original. But this is how me, an average Joe, beat Five Nights at Freddy's 1 using the strategies that I see most fit that would help me beat it. Every strategy seen in this video is not my own, but damn did it take me a long time to learn everything, and the information gets a bit confusing. So here I am trying to teach you guys the lessons I wish I would have known when I started these. The premise of the strategy for Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is you're going to focus your camera in the East Hall corner camera. The one Chica sits in, and what you do is really quite simple. Never ever take the camera off of him. But Moguyo, what about Foxy? Shut up, little Timmy. Foxy is irrelevant. This whole thread, he's pretty much just kind of luck. Your night guard person man should always be looking at Bonnie's left door and flashing the light when the camera goes down to check for him. Now, you want to get to a pattern of flipping up the camera, looking for Freddy, and if his screen ripples, check for Chica on that side, because the static, as we know in Five Nights at Freddy's, when static happens, someone's moved. If there's static on that camera, it's either Chica or Freddy, and if Freddy's still there, it has to be Chica. But you do only want to check for Chica after you check for Bonnie first, because Bonnie, if you have the camera up, he tends to sneak in and be a little bastard. Seems pretty easy, right? It is, and feel free to slow down the video at any time to watch what pattern or motions I'm doing, but that'll pretty much take care of FNAF 1 after night 4. Overall, the time it took me on stream to complete this was about 3 days. Pretty short and not at all difficult compared to what we have later. But let's not get ahead of ourselves quite yet, because next is what many FNAF scholars, such as Aristotle and Plato, have debated. The hardest FNAF max mode in the game, even harder than 5020, the original 1020, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I just recorded this video and realized I wasn't actually fucking recording. Oh my god, I want to jump off this building. In Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yarr me boys, I'm Foxy. I like kicking babies and punching puppies.
Hey Foxy. Stay safe. Yeah, Foxy's a big douche, right? He's the only reason this godforsaken game takes so long. Up until night 7 or 1020 night, this game is really nothing to write home about. You make sure the music box is wound up while putting on the mask for the vent animatronics every time your camera goes down. Flash Foxy and bada bing bada boom, you've done the first 6 nights. The 7th night, someone summons Roblox CEO David Baszucki because hell has opened and you're now living in it. This night sucks. This night is a lot of luck with the strategy I used, but I generally don't think it was harder than 5020. FNAF 2 is my favorite FNAF game both in story and to play, but this night genuinely makes it miserable experience. The mainline strategy I use is called the right vent strat, and it's the one I use because a lot of these popular strats for FNAF 2 have to do heavily with relying on an offline timer, and I don't really want to use that. Not harsh and no hate or shame on anybody who does, it's just not the way I want to beat it. I want to beat it with the tools the game gives me. That's just me. This strat will have you place your camera on the right vent. Shocker. And not move it for the whole night. But the most important thing is, much the same as every other night, wind the music box. And to this in FNAF 2, you hover over it and try to get halfway. If you get a little bit less perfect, try your best to get it at halfway from where you started. But when you come down from the monitor, whether forced or voluntarily, put your mask on straight away, and everyone except Toy Bonnie will be in front of your face, blacking you out for 4.5 seconds. Toy Bonnie's blackout is 5 full seconds. But it's very important you hit this 5-second mark with the mask on, no matter who is attacking you, to combat Balloon Boy, Chica, Mangle, and Bonnie in your side vents. If you have it on for 5 full seconds, it doesn't matter who's in the other vent, they won't be. What I do with everyone besides Toy Bonnie is count half a second in my head, my full second long being 1 Mississippi, and my half second being 1 Missa. Feel the rhythm, right? 1 Mississippi. 1 Missa. Count half of that, and you'll add up to your full 5 seconds. 1 Missa. And sometimes Toy Bonnie and Mangle will share the same vent because they're pieces of crap. And if that happens, Toy Bonnie won't always go away. So, you have to see his head there, hence the position of your camera around the right vent. The only problem left now is Foxy. Foxy will attack if he has been in the hallway for 5 seconds without getting flashed. This is where luck comes in. For skill, all you gotta do is tap Z for a second before you put the mask on when coming out of the monitor. Then put the mask on, get rid of anyone in your side vents, and if someone has dragged you out of the monitor, you won't be able to flash, so put on your mask and hope for the best. An important thing to note is to never stay too long winding the music box. Like I said earlier, just because someone doesn't pull you out of it doesn't necessarily mean you have time to wind it more. Always try to aim for a half wind, halfway up from where you started. If no one is there when you put the mask down, mask for the vents anyway. And if there is someone there, wait for the full 5 seconds to be done, then flash. Got it? Good. And there's actually a trick where if you hold Z a millisecond before flipping the camera up and keep holding it for a bit after you flip the camera up. Doing this will not use any flashlight battery and will actually flash Foxy and stall him for a second or two because the game still thinks you're trying to flash him. Does that make sense? 1 Missa. Oh my god. Have you made a deal with Satan? Congrats, you've finally done the hardest FNAF Max mode out there. This does require a lot of luck. When I did this, I was so inexperienced and not all expecting to beat it. I was like, I'm practicing, I beat it. I beat it. Overall, this took me about 5 days on stream to beat it, and I did it right after FNAF 1, so the total time we are at about now is about 8 days. That's 9. 8 days. Now, what comes next after the best Five Nights at Freddy's game? The worst one. I didn't like a single second of playing this game. Aside from the Easter eggs and the good ending, that was pretty fun to do. Just because Springy Boy is pulling up on me like... doesn't mean it's an actual good game. To beat this game, I had to not only get the bad ending, I had to get the good ending and beat Aggressive Nightmare mode, or else it didn't count. Once you watch a Markiplier video or someone else's tutorial to beat the good and bad endings, now it's time for the actual hard part, the terrible ass gameplay. Aggressive Nightmare mode was actually the easiest one with a strat a chatter taught me in literally just telling me in chat in less than 200 words. I learned it in literally 5 minutes. Kudos to that chatter and to whoever made the strategy he copied. So what you're going to do to start is open your side monitor and seal the cam 15 vent. It's the one right next to you down on the right. All you need to do is sit on the cam 2 of the first level. Second level is ventilation, first level is your normal building, right? There's an audio track that Springy Boy will play when he enters cam 5 and below, except with like pipes and shit and like, you get it, alright? And that track's volume is increased whenever he moves from cam 2 and below. Hearing this was way more difficult than all of FNAF 4, but once you know what to listen for, the game becomes pretty damn easy. After you seal the vent and are on cam 2 of the main floor, you're going to trigger Phantom Foxy. This is all being done in the first 5 seconds, keep in mind. Now what you're going to do is going to get rid of Phantom Foxy, and not many people know this, but Phantoms can only show up once per night, so if you get hit by a Phantom, it can't show up again that night, and that's why we're triggering Phantom Foxy. He sits on the toy box to your left, and for our strat, if he pops up and scares you, Springtrap is right outside your door, so you're screwed if that happens. So we gotta get rid of him early. To do this, all you have to do is look at your monitor, pop it out, close it, look left. Back, pop it out, close it, look left until he jump scares you. It is important to do this fast because Springtrap won't wait for you. When he scares you, fix the ventilation and we start with the main focus of the strat. First, don't bother fixing the video error. You don't need to see him, because we'll be listening for his audio track cues we mentioned earlier. And like most other FNAF games, he will make the camera static more when he moves between cameras. So with no video and just a static screen, it still will work. The screen will static whiter and make a sound that's a little bit weirder and a little bit louder. You'll be able to tell when you actually play it. On to fuck me. He's on 2. He's on 2. That one's on 2. All you need to do is keep him at cam 2 and cam 5. Preferably cam 5. If you don't hear that whistling audio track anymore, get him back to cam 5, because he's past at cam 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going to get another vent. Get him back to cam 5, and keep ping-ponging him between cam 5 and cam 2. And when you get audio errors, make sure to fix them as soon as you play the audio. You played the first one, alright, you get it, you know the second one's going to trigger it. As soon as you click the second, get over there, fix it, get back. That simple. When he's on camera 2, move him back to camera 5. Keep him ping-ponging between those cameras. Listen for the whistle. If it grows louder and the camera static gets whiter, get him back to cam 5. Reset the audio if need be, and voila, you've done it. Providing Springtrap isn't a dick and just screws you the whole night. Overall, this took me about half of a stream to learn, so half of a day. But moving on to the scariest Five Nights at Freddy's game ever made. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is one of the best FNAF games of all time, and it's pretty simple to beat when you know the mechanics of the characters. For one, you have practically infinite time to sit at doors and listen for breaths. Bonnie's will be heavier, and Chica will be mainly lighter with occasionally heavy breaths. Breath sounds a lot like breasts, and I'm having trouble not saying, I'm mixing them up. Anyway, to defeat Bonnie and Chica, all you have to do is at first listen for footsteps, and when they have footsteps that are louder than they were previously on that side, they're probably at your door, so go listen and listen close. Then, after you hear the sound of them pissing off from your door, go back to the room, flash the Freddles, and check Foxy if need be. Because you can actually keep Foxy out until 5 a.m. on the first nights, and when it switches, you can keep him out until 3 a.m. Because what Foxy will do is you'll hear him running back and forth, and if you hear him run on that side, and just so happens you hear another person on that side, and you hear footsteps, shut the door. Foxy won't actually be able to get in if you flash him after it's all clear. Left. After that's all said and done, it'll get you to night 5, where all the animatronics switch between the core 4, and it adds Fredbear at 3 a.m. But he is very easy. All you need to do is listen for his footsteps, switching from right side to left side. It helps to say it out loud, so then you reinforce which side he's on. If you hear him make footsteps again on that side, run up, close the door, no need to flash. You should eventually hear him switching back to the other side, so you know you've done it correctly. Left side. Don't prematurely jump to whatever side you think he's going to be on. Listen and wait. Just because you haven't heard him for a couple seconds doesn't mean he's at that side. He could always be switching back, and if you run to that side, it's too late. He runs to the other side, you're dead. Don't premature, just wait and be patient. That's the key to FNAF 4, is be patient. That's pretty much all for Fredbear, but do be warned, Fredbear and Nightmare do these things that genuinely suck, where they laugh. Come, Friar Tuck, have some lamb mutton chop with which some pollock to wash it down, and join my band of merry men, and you too can laugh like this. A manly laugh for manly men, such as we. Robin Hood reference, shut the fuck up. And you have to guess whether that laugh is at your bed or your closet. I always check the bed first because it's easier to just look back than it is to run up at the closet, check, and then realize you're wrong, go back to the bed and check, and then you're already dead. That's so fucked up, dude. Right side. Left side. But anyway, it's the same thing in 420 mode. Do what you did in nights 1 through 4, just faster, and as soon as you check one door, come back, check the Freddles, then check the other door. If Foxy's in the closet, do him after you check that other side. Just do be warned, there are some bullshit mechanics in this game with the footsteps. For one, there are 2 types of footsteps in this game. Where they're coming up to your door, they're called approach steps, and when you leave, they're called exit steps, right? They'll make a footstep walking up to your door, but if you're too fast and too good at the game, and you hear their breathing while they're still walking, and shut the door, sometimes I get that walking confused with the leave walking, open the door, and like an asshole, I'm like, and then they kill me. All I can say is, don't be too fast. Wait until the footsteps stop before shutting the door, even if you hear breathing. Nightmare also sucks, because he will do fake laughs and can do as many as he wants. Right side. I'm fairly certain, don't quote me on it, he can only do 2 real laughs per night. Every other one is fake. I died so many times with that bullcrap mechanic, and it definitely sucks. But now you have completed Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I finished this game in the same stream as I did Five Nights at Freddy's 3, so collectively they only took 1 day, bringing our total up to 9 days. That's 8. 9 days. Sister asked for my location. Aftonly. Man, this fanfic shit's so easy, dog. We're here with FNAF 5, and that's what I'll be calling it because sister location is such a drag to say. And to even unlock the hardest mode in the game, you have to play a hidden minigame. Gather the cupcakes, come on EDP, you got it, and give the girl her ice cream. It's some shit. Before you access the true ending, make sure to complete the game normally, because if you don't, you won't be able to play the game's max mode and it won't count even if you beat it, so please be sure to finish the game normally. And to access that minigame with Baby, you can either die a bunch, but why would you do that? Just go to the extras menu, go to the bottom left side of the screen, click on 8-Bit Baby, and voila, you're in the minigame. Now, to beat this minigame, it's a bit complicated, so bear with me here. When you load up, grab the cupcakes, hit the first 2 kids you see. Then on the next screen, hit the 2 kids on the top level with the cupcakes. There's going to be 2 levels, level 1, level 2. There's 3 kids in level 2. Hit the top 2 with the cupcakes and make sure you're on that top right platform because you need to jump over the blue cupcakes, which are on the next screen, hidden just right there. From there, you continue on and you hit the kid, that solo kid on the left side with 2 cupcakes, head back, grab the shotgun cupcake, the blue cupcake, jump up onto the platform where you just shot that dude, that kid, shotgun blast all of the little bitches with that shit, then move on your merry way. You'll come to the green cupcake. The green cupcake, you're going to jump up onto the platform, and then you're going to jump over the green cupcake to the other side of the platform and go on your way. Then what you're going to do, you're going to jump, and at the height of your jump, shoot. Boom, boom, boom. Go back, grab the green cupcake, run all the way back. Do you remember that screen where we said you only get the top 2? Bottom 3 are still there? This is what that's for. Hit all 3 of them, continue on your merry way past where you got the green cupcake, shoot the last 2 kids, grab the ice cream. Congrats, you're not done. Go all the way back, give the bitch your ice cream. It's so complicated for no reason in such a short amount of time. You have to get really good at it, otherwise you'll just keep failing and failing and failing every time like I did. But once you have completed the minigame, move on to night 5. After you service Circus Baby, when she's directing you through Funtime Auditorium, just hold Shift, W, and D, running up to the left. This should give you access to the good ending and access to defeating Ennard. To defeat Ennard, it's not terribly hard, but the power does drain really fast. Listen to his squeaking metal sounds. If he makes 2 sounds in the same region, check that region on the cameras, and then make sure he's not getting close to you. If he is, shut the door, he'll go away, listen for the metal again, repeat. And once you've beaten him, congrats! You can now play the most fun max mode in FNAF history, in my opinion. And if you're liking the video so far, please be sure to subscribe and like and comment, because this video literally took me years to make. So it would mean a lot if you could do that. Thank you. This one is mostly skill and very little luck, which is why it's so fun for me. To start it off, let's take care of those footsteps you hear right when you start the game. Right side. That's Funtime Freddy, and to get rid of him, all you need to do is listen for him saying, "Bon bon, go get them!" In which case, shut the door of the side he's on. But if he says, "Get ready for a surprise," close the opposite door. To know where he is, listen for the starting footsteps and hear which side he's on. I double reinforce this by moving my camera to that side, and triple reinforce it by saying left or right out loud, depending on the side he's on. Right side. Freddy's done. Now, with Ballora and Bidybab, all you need to do is listen for them. And Ballora will sound like she's inside your ear canal, pounding on your hammer, anvil, and stapies when she's actually a threat. All of her other music, she's not a threat. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Left side. Bidybab will make the crinkling metal sound like doom, doom, doom in the vent in front of you when she's ready to attack. Shut the door, you're good. Mini arenas show up on your face to give you some hugs, but you don't really even need to see, because this is the first FNAF game in FNAF history that gives us buttons for doors, the camera, and the shock. The controls are in the custom menu on the right hand side of the screen if you want to know. But the next animatronic, Bonnet. Bonnet is easy, just a boop her nose as she's running across your screen. And to counter a little bit, all you need to do is type LOL on your keyboard. To do this, I move my hand off of my mouse and type with that hand. Because if there's people attack me from all directions, I want to be able to close doors if I have to, and not have to worry about it. Because you don't really even need to look back and forth. You can just switch over, type out LOL, put your hand back on the mouse, bada bing, you're good. And Yendo is next, and he's a bit of a sassy little silly. To stop him, flip up the monitor and flip it back down again every time you come out of the camera. He drains oxygen fast, but he's pretty easy. And that's the kind of the pain in the ass, the oxygen. The oxygen gets lower and lower, it makes it hard for you to see. And sometimes with Yendo, I'll be trapped in a loop with my own finger, because I'll be hitting S until he pops up, and sometimes that'll be 4 or 5 camera flips. And sometimes he can show up after he just was there. Flip up, flip down, he could be there again, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but it rarely happens, so you don't gotta worry about it. Next is the auction mini arenas, Electrobeb and Funtime Foxy. These guys make this challenge so hard, you will die multiple times to them, because they're little fucking wankers. But to stop them, early in the night, when the mini arenas are messing with your oxygen, let them do it until Electrobab shows up and starts messing with your electricity. That will sync their timing so they appear at the same time for the rest rest of the night. Electroweb will always be in the opposite spot of Funtime Freddy, so when you're double reinforcing, triple reinforcing, left, right? You know in your head, Electroweb has to be the opposite side. Go there, go to mini arenas, boom, you're done with them. Now that brings us to Funtime Foxy, which I linked with them because that's kind of all your camera people you need to be on the camera for. Funtime Foxy is someone you need to check every 15-20 seconds about. The way I did it was once I was done with the Electroweb and mini arenas, I put the camera on Foxy and left it there. That time counting as watching Foxy. Then hopped off the monitor. Then when I would estimate the halfway point between the next surge of Electros and mini arenas, I would go back on. So I go on mini arenas, Electroweb, go on Funtime Foxy, monitor down, just sit in the office, dealing with all that. Halfway between the surges, flip it up, check Foxy, put it down, wait, the surge happens, boom, boom, Foxy, repeat. Do all that and boom, you've completed 1020 Golden Freddy mode. This was a bit on the harder side and took me about 4 days to complete, bringing our total to 13 days. Now you may be saying, Marston, we're only halfway done with the video. It's been 13 days. As I checked, there were 365 in a year. And to that I say, last I checked, your mom's fucking nerd. Anywhoosies. The FNAF game coming up was the worst FNAF game I have ever played. Not because it wasn't fun, because it was genuinely miserable gameplay. And it made me abandon Five Nights at Freddy's, taking a year and a half to finally come back and beat it. And that game is Five Nights at Freddy's 6. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, or FNAF 6, isn't the typical FNAF format, so there isn't really a hardest mode or night like we see in the previous games. However, when you complete the game in one fashion or another, you get these things called certificates. There are 6 in total, one for completion, mediocrity, that's my favorite, insanity, blacklisted, bankruptcy, and lore keeper certificate. Each requires certain conditions to achieve, which I will explain promptly. But getting all those would be too easy, right? So I made it my challenge to get all 6 of those, plus the 4 stickers/achievements for having all 5 animatronics from each catalog. Trash in the Gang, Mediocre Melodies, Rockstars Assemble, and Posh Pizzeria. This challenge took me years to complete because of one single certificate, which we'll save for the end. This game is pretty simple to understand. You have your Pizzeria Simulator part where you buy stuff for your pizzeria and you build your tycoon. Then you have the FNAF game part. This is your office day, where you order supplies on your computer, which is conveniently set up in a ventilation shaft. For some reason. This is the time the animatronics can actually kill you, but we must talk about the certificates before I get into my strategy for the night. First off, we have the completion certificate, the one you get for playing the game how it was meant to be played, gathering up all the salvageable animatronics into your pizzeria and burning the joint down. This game is relatively easy, and the strategy I used to beat the blacklisted ending is the same one I used to get the completion certificate ending. So you'll learn about that soon enough though. Secondly comes the certificate of mediocrity. This certificate is actually the easiest to obtain in my opinion because it's just you having fun playing the Pizzeria Tycoon of the game. The best part of the game, man, I fucking hate The Office. All you need to do is play the game without salvaging anybody, without buying any risky deals, just play it like you would a tycoon, have some fun, build your restaurant, it's a blast. Third most is the insanity certificate. This one is a bit more complicated than the others and you'll have to buy a giant statue with another statue inside of it called Egg Baby Data Archive, whatever that means. Now you're probably asking yourself, what the hell does that mean? Well, that, my astute friends, is the key to unlocking the insanity end. Once you have this Egg Baby, if you go into the office and hold the power button on your computer, like you're restarting it, this should appear.
Now set to new purpose, and used in ways I never thought imaginable.
And voila, you've done it. I'm going to skip the blacklisted ending for now, but don't worry, we'll get back to that later. The fourth or more comes bankruptcy, an actually decent challenge to achieve. This certificate requires the player to go bankrupt, which is only realistically achievable in the first 2 days. To become bankrupt, one must get sued by someone. Boy, do I love the legal system. It is actually harder than it sounds, because how can you be sued if your pizzeria has literally nothing in it? Is what you would want me to say, but no, it's very easy to be sued for absolutely nothing. For example, I had literally nothing in my pizzeria, and a kid was utterly and horribly disfigured. By what, man? Did Chris Hansen come in and start tickling it? What the fuck happened? Anyway, all you gotta do is play the game like the tycoon and hope you get sued in the first 2 days. You don't even have to do anything. Just open it up, hit play. Open it up, hit play. Just do your office chores, get sued, get out. And if you don't get sued in the first 2 days, restart, try again. It's not that long. It really isn't. Fifth most comes the Lore Keeper certificate. This certificate is achieved through applying to game theory, passing the interview, and landing a job working with Mattis Pattis, which is surprisingly easy. It's not, I'm busting your shaft. This certificate is won through completing the hidden minigames of Fruity Maze, Midnight Motorist, and the Security Puppet. Only after receiving the certificate of completion can you get the Lore Keeper, so make sure to do that first. To beat the Fruity Maze, play and beat it twice, then load it up again and witness the secret. To beat Midnight Motors, there is a gap in the bottom of the 4th lap right before the finish line, so make sure to slow down and go exploring through it. And last but not least, the puppet minigame. Buy the puppet and play it until you get a secret cutscene, a disturbing cutscene. Now this last certificate was one that took me literal years to get, Blacklisted certificate. A few years ago, I was playing this game on stream and tried to get every certificate. I got the previous 5 and was trying to get Blacklisted ending, an ending which requires you to beat the game with over 50 risks. This is much harder than any others, and you will eventually have 5+ animatronics in your vents, making the chores you have to do literally impossible. It was so hard for me, I literally gave up for a few years, until about 10 months ago, when I finally decided to buck up, put the big boy pants on, and beat it. Just beat it. To start with, first you have to gather 50 risk, which is a lot harder to do than it seems. I used a guide by Answerman on Steam. I'll leave the link in the description because it is a lot to go through. But I used that strategy anytime I wanted to get maximum money in this game. Starting off with the very first day in your pizzeria, Monday. We start the game with $100, and it's important to make the most of the starting money you have. Starting the game with the Dumpster Diver Weekly Catalog, buy the single stage, and then buy all the light animatronics. Bucket Bob, Mr. Can-Do, Mr. Hugs, Number 1 Crate, and Pan Stand. Go into blueprint mode, place all of them, and remove all of them on your stage. For example, put down Bucket Bob, take him off, put down Mr. Can-Do, take him off. By that point, you should leave on Mr. Hugs because he gives you that extra risk. This will boost your rating to 1500 and give you a performance bonus of $100. Those performance bonuses are key to our money. Now, buy the discount ball pit for $30. Place it and then play test it once or twice, scoring at least 600. If you don't score 600 on the first try, you're gonna have to play it again. Then you'll get another performance bonus. Just play it until you get another performance bonus, pretty much. And at this point, Stan's budget tech should be available. And you go and buy Midnight Motorists, and then playtest that a few times, which should get you around $500. Go back into the catalog and buy the Neon Stage Lights, Gumball Swivel Hands, Novelty Traffic Light, Deluxe Speaker Set, Paper Pals, Balloon Barrel, and the Duck Pond. That should unlock the next catalog, and if it doesn't, buy Fruity Maze or one of the clowns, but make sure to place all the items before you do that, because that'll give you another performance bonus. Then buy the Carnival Hoops and spend your remaining play tokens on it, which should earn you about $2,000. Upgrade the floor space once, then end your day. There shouldn't be any animatronics in the vents, but if they are, just mute the tutorial guy and then go at it like you would normally. For salvaging at the end of the night, you can salvage the animatronics if you want extra cash, but I wouldn't, because the more people that you don't have in the restaurant means the higher risk things in the catalog are going to be, as more people are trying to get in as the week ends. You see what I'm saying? If you don't salvage them, they're still trying to get in, and they will be able to with those highly risky items, which is exactly what you're looking for the Blacklisted ending. But keep in mind, this whole strategy guide thing is just for making money, because in the first day you already have the 3rd catalog and Carnival Hoops unlocked. If you play Carnival Hoops for 10 tokens every day, you can get about 7 grand, so it's actually crazy. Please do use this strategy if you just want to make money, not just for the Blacklisted ending, although that's what helped me do it personally. But start off Tuesday, you will probably have no lawsuits and a risk of like 5 to 7. Start by spending all 10 of your play tokens on the Carnival Hoops, and then check the 3 catalogs, buy all the items that are marked down, but don't place them, because there's no reason to increase your risk. Upgrade your floor space again, buy the Deluxe Concert and the Star Curtain Stage. These are very important. Then place down all of Trash in the Gang, and you should get one of the stickers and a shit ton of money. Make sure you bought all the available markdown items, then save the rest of your cash and end the day again. At this point, there's a good chance you'll have at least one animatronic in the event, so just be ready. And then Wednesday through Friday, it's pretty much the same. Deal with any lawsuits, play Carnival Hoops 10 times, check catalog, buy the markdown items, and at this point, you should have the last one unlocked. Feel free to buy any of the animatronics in this catalog, just don't boost your health and safety. Other than that, just save up your cash, and you're good. Saturday, this one's going to be a bit more specific for the Blacklisted ending, but once again, Saturday, if you're just going for money, like to get all the achievements, to get all the stickers, this is where you would buy L-Chip, things like that. But you should have a good amount of money lying around. This is where you will get your risk hella up. Quickly buy all the mediocre melodies. Don't forget Orville. Place them all down at the same time. You'll get a bonus of 10 grand. Then buy the remaining rock stars, including Lefty, don't forget Lefty, and place them. This should get you a bonus of 20 grand. Buy the remaining markdown items and make sure to buy these if you haven't already. Ball Pit Tower, Ladder Tower, Riding Rockets, Deluxe Ball Pit, and the Gravity Vortex. At this point, make sure you have maximized your risk, placing all the markdown items and animatronics you've been saving for the last 3 days. Make sure the 5 animatronics you have on stage have the highest possible risk out of any of your animatronics. At this point, your risk should be above 50. If it's not, double check that you have all the correct animatronics down and the riskiest things on your floor. And this is the problem that I struggled with, because it would get me to 47 or 49, then I have to restart, which is a pain in the ass. But if you can get that risk above 50 and buy the animatronics when they're probably above 4 or 5 risk on the earlier days, you should be just fine. Then you survive the night. This is what took me literally 30 minutes to do. Just survive the night and you will get, if you're above 50 risk, you'll get the blacklisted cutscene. If you are going for all achievements, you should be right on your way to that. So that's about it for the actual day-to-day breakdown of FNAF 6. My strategy revolves around using the silent ventilation ability on the computer. When you load up the night, put on silent ventilation, turn off the AC. Do that and start doing any tasks you like. Usually I start with the print ones because they're the longest and most loud, but it really doesn't matter. But I will say, make absolutely sure you have bought all the upgrades possible for the nightly tasks, because even with them bought, the night took me literally 30 minutes straight of nothing but Five Nights at Freddy's. When you hear a sound of them climbing in your vents, when you hear the sound of them climbing in one of your vents, turn the monitor off, look down that vent. The good part about silent ventilation is that it will always run even if your computer is shut off. What I do is count for 10 seconds on each side, but if they're in both at the same time, I go back and forth, spending 3 seconds at each before switching back to the other one and doing it again. Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3, Mississippi. As long as you are spending time looking down these vents, they cannot kill you, so don't worry if it takes a long time. Then what I do is turn the PC back on, quick run a movement scan, put it back on silent ventilation, do a task, rinse, repeat until done. And your office will heat up. Mine did about twice. Some people it did maybe more, but to cool it down, you will need to sacrifice some time you would have used for tasks. That's kind of what takes it so long. What you do is you turn off the PC, turn on the ventilation fan until you are at or below 70 degrees, then turn the fan off. It is literally just this again and again and again and again until eventually you do it. I had some crushing defeats where I literally spent 20 plus minutes on the night just for someone to kill me as I was doing like the last 2 tasks. It was so fucking annoying. Through this game, I beat it, you're a bitch. If that doesn't deserve a like, comment, share, subscribe, I don't know what does. Once we had all the certificates, we needed to get all the stickers / achievements that show up on the game's home screen too. To get the first 3 is actually pretty simple. Just don't forget Orville the Elephant and Lefty. To get each sticker, you must buy the Star Curtain stage and the Deluxe Concert stage, the ones that allow you to hold 4 heavy animatronics and 1 heavy animatronic, because that allows you to place all 5 down. Once all 5 are down, you should get jump scared by each of the stickers of those animatronics. The first 3 are pretty easy to get, but the last one, Posh Pizzeria, is really difficult, and it requires getting Funtime Chica, Music Man, and L-Chip, all of which are so expensive. But there are some easy ways to get them. Prize King for Funtime Chica, and the Ball Pit Tower for Music Man. L-Chip, you kind of just have to fork over the cold hard cash, but once you do, you unlock the greatest thing mankind has ever created. Pickles. So weird. Anyway, Pickles. Do not forget to get every sticker in one run, as they will reset if you make a new game. Now that I had all 6 certificates, I just made a new game, didn't salvage or get any baddies in my vents, made money, bought all of them. Voila. Now your FNAF 6 home screen is looking pretty and better than ever. Overall, completing this game took me over a year and a half of studying, finding guides, planning, interializing the impending defeat of those damned animatronics. This took me about 748 days, and when I was done with it, I hadn't even done the hardest challenge yet. 50-20 mode. 50-20 mode is the hardest of the hard, made for only the truest, elitist, and hardest gamers out there. And my challenge was this: gather every cutscene of the game, including the one from beating 50-20. Doing this is pretty simple to start off with, because the game gives you a new cutscene every 700 points, and putting someone to full 20 gives you 200. 3.5 characters and you get a new cutscene. To get the first few, choose characters who can't even kill you. L-Chip, Phone Guy, Funtime Chica, Mr. Consequences, Old Man Consequences, whatever. That bastard Consequences. Once you do that, eventually you get to a point where you have nothing left but 50-20 mode. This is a bitch. I'm just gonna say straight up. The office you use really doesn't matter. People like to gatekeep and say, you have to use the FNAF fort. Choose whatever fuck office you like the most. I use the sister location office, which everybody does not like, but I beat it on that. So literally just go with the office that you like and whatever feels better for you. But this challenge, we will kind of need to talk about intervals, because the way you deal with 57 animatronics cannot be the same as the way you deal with 10. The guides I used were mainly from Dawko and Ambience, which will be linked down below in the description, so be sure to check their videos out. They are amazing and so helpful. But I used some of my own tech too. I had learned throughout every one of these games to get to this point. To start off, the thing you have to do is get your rotations down for the power generator, heater, power AC, and global music box in the first 14 seconds of the night. Keep in mind, this all happens in the first 14 seconds. First, you want to switch Rockstar Chica's floor sign. That'll make it easier later for cam stalling, but we'll get to that later. Turn on the power gen simultaneously and shut Balloon Boy's vent. And I did forget to talk about this in my original recording, but the fan, you want it off the whole night. You do not want to turn the fan on at all. That's what the power AC is for. It's much faster and more efficient than the fan. As well as, the next step you're going to do is open the monitor, and before you click on Mr. Hugs, you're going to go to the duct system and place your tracker, your audio lure, on the left side of the T, because that'll prevent anybody coming down from that way. Because your right duct is already closed, closed, so the people on the left side will get trapped by the audio lure and the heater. Then find Mr. Hugs on Toy Freddy's cam, block him. Now you're ready to coin farm for the death coin. The way I did it was I would leave Balloon Boy's vent closed, hit S and F simultaneously, and that'll make it easier to pop up all the people like Helpy, anybody that's going to hit on all your vents, Balloon Boy, JJ, all those people you get coins from. If they pop up, you hit, you coin farm, right? This is all in the first 14 seconds. Keep in mind, you have to be lightning. And I died so many times to Nightmare Balloon Boy doing this because I would be trying to go so fast and he'd pop up and I'd be dead. So don't go too fast where you can't see that. So you got to be ready for that. And don't accidentally flash him and kill yourself like I did so many times. But you also have to keep in mind, you need to switch to the global music box at the 14-second interval to keep the puppet and Chica from killing you. Then leave it on until you hit 31 to fully wind up the puppet's music box. Then you turn on the heater for 3 seconds to push back the ducts, the power AC until your office cools down, then the power gym if you even have any time left before the next interval at 44 seconds. And this was kind of the hardest thing for me because I would forget to switch the music box. You need to do the power gen heater AC music box combo all night on those intervals for the next 4.5 minutes. Switch at 101 to the heater AC power gen back at 114. So 101 is the heater power gen, 114 music box till 131. All that, right? It's a lot to do, but once you memorize it and get it, you'll be golden. But that was literally the hardest thing for me because I would forget to switch it, ending up getting me killed. And I had a few runs where I would be literally in the last 5 seconds and they would kill me because I forgot to switch the music box. So do not forget your intervals for that. You have to learn them. If you don't, you can't beat it. But back to the coin farm. Once you have 10 coins, preferably before Dee Dee shows up, hold them until she does. If she doesn't come at 11 seconds in, you have to adapt to a whole new strategy until you can buy that death coin. If she does at 11 seconds, she'll first spawn Shadow Bonnie, who does literally nothing, but he blackens your background, but all the animatronics are still visible, so it really doesn't even matter. You're waiting to buy that death coin until Dee Dee spawns Plush Trap, as you'll need to watch him or he'll kill you. When she spawns Plush Trap, which is right after Shadow Bonnie, you'll need to quick race to the shop, buy the coin, go to Funtime Foxy's camera, coin him, and watch Plush Trap. Then switch back to camera 2 in the bottom right side of the screen, shut the monitor. Switch Rockstar Chica's sign. It's a whole lot. So once you buy the coin, you get Funtime Foxy, get Plush Trap, camera 2, camera down, Rockstar Chica's sign over to the left side. Because then you're cam stalling cam 2. You're never going to switch off cam 2 for the whole rest of the night. That stays there. You're fine. If Dee Dee doesn't spawn until around 40 seconds, go ahead and buy the death coin and death coin Foxy as soon as you get 10 coins, but leave the camera and wait for Plush Trap to spawn and go get him. But this is really risky as most times Toy Freddy will kill you if you wait that long. Toy Freddy is nothing but RNG and you have to get lucky for him, otherwise you won't do it. After you're done with the first part, the rest is so easier. Literally once you death coin the first 30 seconds of the night, it is easier. I'm not gonna say it's easy because it's not. It's easier than what you just did. Leave all your doors open until you have to reset ventilation, and only reset that ventilation after you close every vent door. And I did forget to mention this, but you also do want to wait until you can't see anything almost ever. Then you want to close A and W. Your F you don't need to touch. You just need to close A and W to close the left vent and the forward vent. Then you'll be absolutely golden. Quick hit your monitor up, reset ventilation, monitor down, open them all, save as much power as you can. And you kind of want to aim to vent reset right before you have to switch back to the music box, but throughout the night the intervals will start to change, but try to do it relatively close to when you use the heater so the duct animatronics can't kill you. Those are the biggest problem with flashing up the monitor after you close the doors. It's the ducts. If you don't go up soon after using the heater, they'll kill you eventually, so better to use it right after you use the heater. But from there, do not flash Phantom Freddy in your office. Leave him there, let him grow and grow, because flashing wastes battery you can't spare. When he's about to jump scare you, quick hit W, close the only front vent, because that's the only place they can kill you when he flashes you, then drop it immediately. You waste actually less battery than using the flashlight. Pretty cool fact. Other than that, it's pretty much get lucky with Foxy, because Foxy will build himself together slowly on your desk over time. You just gotta get lucky and hope Bonnie takes the stage more often than Foxy, because Foxy's a bit of a bitch. But you gotta get lucky with Toy Freddy, Rockstar Bonnie, and more. Those are all luck in this strat and will take you very long to complete it. For example, if Rockstar Bonnie shows up and his guitar isn't in the camera you're cam stalling, you're dead right then, right there. Toy Freddy, if you're on the camera for, I'm pretty sure it's like 0.1 second, gives him a 50% chance to kill you. You have to be lightning with the vent resets. It's literally all luck in this strat, and it will take you very long to complete it, but you will complete it. I never thought I did, and look where I am now, man. During my runs, I had insanely lucky plays as well. Seeing a very rare desk body pop up, the white Bonnie figure, pop up twice in 4 runs. That's 1 in 4 million odds, by the way, but after a long month of literally daily streams, I had finally done it. I had beaten 50/20 50-20 mode. That's the point in my 50-20 adventure where the Bones 5 came in my chat. It was actually so hyped. Like, I was so, not for me beating it, for me losing horribly on day like 25, because I didn't beat it until day like 31, so he missed the finale, but it was fine. It was really cool. Really, really grateful for that. I had finally done it. I have beaten 50-20 mode, only to not get the cutscene. I didn't even get the cutscene, man. Because I thought the point interval was 750, right? But it was actually 700. So I beat 50-20, but it genuinely meant nothing for the challenge I set for myself. Like, it was genuinely useless. But then again, I just watched a YouTube video and it called it there because it took me fucking 31 days. Leave me alone. Five Nights at Freddy's has stolen a special place in our hearts, but mine, it ignited a sense of pride, a sense of desire. I wanted to beat every max mode the games had to offer, and I did. And now you know the secrets to how and why I did it. Others may be better than me at Five Nights at Freddy's, but no one, I mean no one, can beat the passion, courage, dedication, selflessness, and the time that I did. Thank you for joining me on this special journey that, in the end, took us, grand total, 774 days to complete. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you made it this far. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Jana. Dude, look at this Five Nights at Freddy's lamp I got.